It was a rainy evening in a quiet suburban town when Anna sat by the window, staring at the wet streets shimmering under the dim light of the street lamps. She was still trying to comprehend the emptiness that had taken over her life. Only a year ago, she had been happily married to Daniel, a man she believed was her soulmate. Together they had built dreams, talked about starting a family, and shared promises of forever. But forever, as Anna had learned the hard way, can sometimes be cut short not by death but by betrayal. Daniel had left her without a trace of guilt. He had fallen in love with someone else, someone younger and more glamorous, and walked out of their home one sunny morning as if the years with Anna meant nothing. For months Anna struggled, her heart shattered, her confidence destroyed. But despite the abandonment, she carried on, determined not to let pain define the rest of her life. She found solace in reading, in walking through the park, and in volunteering at a local shelter for the homeless. It was at this shelter that Anna's story took an unexpected turn. She had gone there to help serve food, not knowing her heart would be captured by three little souls sitting in a corner, shivering in old coats and holding on to each other as if the world outside was too dangerous to face alone. The oldest boy, about 12, had protective eyes, watching over the younger two like a father would. The middle child, a girl no older than 9, had big brown eyes full of sadness, yet she managed a shy smile whenever Anna glanced at her. The youngest, a boy barely 6, was clinging tightly to his sister's hand, his tiny fingers trembling from cold. Anna approached them with a tray of warm soup and bread, her gentle voice asking if they were hungry. Their nods were small but desperate. She sat with them, learning their names slowly. The oldest was Michael, the sister was Lily, and the youngest was Sam. They had been living on the streets for months after losing their mother to an illness and their father in an accident. No relatives had come forward, and the system had failed them, pushing them from one foster home to another until they finally ran away. Anna's heart broke as she listened. She knew what it felt like to be abandoned, to feel unwanted, to have your whole world collapse in a moment. In their eyes, she saw her own pain reflected back. That night she returned home, but she couldn't sleep. Their faces haunted her. She thought about her empty house, the rooms filled with silence, and the hollowness of a life once vibrant with love. Suddenly, she realized something. Maybe her life wasn't meant to end in loneliness. Maybe her purpose was greater than her pain. The next day Anna returned to the shelter and found the children again. She knelt in front of Michael, meeting his cautious eyes, and asked softly if they would like to come home with her, just for a while, until something better came along. The three exchanged uncertain looks, fear and hope battling inside them. Finally, Michael whispered, "Are you sure?" Anna nodded with tears in her eyes, "Yes, I'm sure." Bringing the children home was not easy. There were legal hurdles, social workers to convince, and endless paperwork. But Anna was relentless. She fought with everything she had, and slowly, she gained custody. Her once silent home was now alive with laughter, footsteps, arguments over toys, and the simple joy of shared meals. She painted their rooms, bought them clothes, helped them with homework, and listened to their stories. For the first time in years, she felt complete. Michael, though still wary, began to trust her, often helping around the house to show his gratitude. Lily flourished in school, showing a talent for drawing, filling the house with colorful sketches. Little Sam followed Anna everywhere, clinging to her as if she were his lifeline. With every passing day, their bond grew stronger. What Anna didn't know was that the three children carried a secret bigger than anyone could imagine. They were not ordinary orphans, they were heirs to a vast fortune. Their late father, a wealthy businessman who had fallen into obscurity after leaving his family to escape the pressure of corporate life, had left behind an estate worth $60 million. But his children had vanished from the system, lost to the streets, and no one knew where to find them. Lawyers and trustees had been searching, but without luck. The children themselves had no idea about the fortune waiting for them. Life went on, simple but beautiful. Anna took them on trips to the park, taught them to cook simple meals, and read them bedtime stories. She didn't care about their past, only about giving them a safe future. She stitched her broken heart together by pouring unconditional love into their lives. Months later, everything changed on a sunny morning when Anna took the children to a community event. While the kids played, a well-dressed man in his 50s approached Anna, his sharp eyes scanning the children with disbelief. He introduced himself as Mr. Harlow, a lawyer who had been desperately searching for 3 missing heirs. At first Anna was suspicious, afraid he might want to take the kids away. But when he showed her documents, photos, and proof of their lineage, the truth stunned her. The children stood frozen as Mr. Harlow explained their father's legacy and the immense fortune left behind for them. $60 million. Anna looked at them in shock, realizing that the little ones she had taken in out of pure compassion were not just homeless children, they were heirs to a life-changing inheritance. Tears welled in her eyes, but not because of the money. She feared she might lose them. Would wealth take them away from her? Would the world snatch them back just when she had found happiness again? But before her fear could consume her, Michael stepped forward. His voice, firm yet tender, broke the silence. We don't care about money. We care about you. You gave us love when no one else did. You're our mom. Lily and Sam clung to her, nodding through their tears. Mr. Harlow, moved by the children's devotion, reassured Anna that nothing would separate them. In fact, the inheritance would only secure their future together. Legal papers were arranged to ensure Anna remained their guardian, their family in every sense of the word. From that day forward, their lives transformed, not because of the money, but because love had found its way back into their hearts. They moved into a bigger home, not for luxury, but for space to grow and dream. Anna supported Lily's art, Michael's ambition to study law, and Sam's endless curiosity about the world. Together they built a life filled with purpose and warmth. Daniel, the husband who had abandoned Anna, heard about her newfound family and their inheritance through whispers in town. Regret burned inside him, but it was too late. He had traded loyalty for fleeting passion, and now the woman he had left behind stood tall, surrounded by the love of 3 children who would forever call her mother. Years passed, and the bond only deepened. Anna watched her children grow, succeed, and chase their dreams. She never once thought of them as heirs to millions. To her, they were simply her children, the pieces of her heart that had mended her soul. The story of Anna and the 3 children became known in the town as a tale of fate, kindness, and the extraordinary ways life rewards those who give without expecting anything in return. Her journey proved that, sometimes when the world takes everything away, it secretly prepares to give back more than you ever dreamed possible. And so, the abandoned wife who had once sat alone by the window found her forever family, not in the arms of a husband, but in the laughter of 3 children who turned out to be the greatest treasure of all. Love, after all, is worth more than $60 million.